Welcome back, everyone. It is July 21st, 2020. I'm JerryVHall, and here's the view from Costa Rica. A quick peek at Coin Pavrika shows we got a little bit of increase in the overall market cap, and that's great. I'm not going to get too excited about anything until I see this market cap getting up above 400 billion. I believe that could be the mark of real progression, right? So until that time, it's nice to see things going up and down 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, even 8%. But until that market cap starts really gaining some size in it, until we can get that market cap up 20, 30%, 40%, I'm not going to get that excited. But there are some things that I do want to focus on. So I'm going to take you right to them. So one of the topics that I had a firm belief in was that there were no further regulations needed for RippleNet to serve its RippleNet customers using ODL. Well, new information has come across my desk in the form of this video from Faisal Khan. Faisal, if you don't know who he is a long-time payments industry expert. I first came across Faisal Khan when he sat as a moderator for a conference fireside chat with Brad Garlinghouse back in late 2018. Now, I've since watched a bunch of his videos, and in this particular video, his video numbered 287, Ripple and Stellar, Problems Faced by Liquidity Providers, he goes in to discuss some of the barriers to the expansion of ODL. I find it very compelling that there are hurdles that I was unaware of. Now, when there's hurdles, that means there's problems. However, we got a really smart group of people at Ripple, and they're all about solving problems. I've addressed several of them in videos that I've created in the past where I talked about Ripple buying a bank and getting banking licenses, where I discussed Ripple becoming the bank of Ripple, and using their stash of XRP as a liquidity pool. And all those things are very possible. However, there are licenses and things that will be required for those to happen. Now, we do know that Brian Books and the guys over at the OCC have talked about a special program for fintechs to get a federal banking type license. This could go a long way in increasing the ability of Ripple to utilize XRP for ODL flows. So my previous stance that no new regulation was needed because MoneyGram had established and shown us that an entity could use US dollars to facilitate XRP and send it to another country. There was more to that story than I knew at the time. With new information comes a new perspective. More on that later in the video. I want to take you to a couple other, what I believe are very interesting pieces of news to discuss. Now, this is not a brand new article. It's dated July 19th. It comes from Crypto Newsflash, and it's been covered by a few different people. But one of the things I find really exciting and interesting, because I've sort of touched on it in previous videos, and that is the migration of projects from one protocol to another protocol. This, to me, is extremely compelling. So, with that being said, if Cardano launches an ERC20 converter that will allow migration of ERC20 tokens from Ethereum network to Cardano, what does that do? Just like with speculative investment, FOMO occurs. Well, there's always, a tremendous amount of what you'd say excitement, positive market sentiment as it pertains to Cardano's Shelley mainnet rolling out, the staking possibilities and capabilities, the other, we'll say, rollout of various functionality of the underlying blockchain protocol. These are all extremely exciting things. I am going to keep my eye on this quote unquote ERC20 converter. The migration of viable projects from one protocol to another could be huge, right? We've heard so much about, well, interoperability. Well, interoperability is incredible for the migration of transactions and the ability to execute a transaction. Interoperability doesn't do anything for the underlying parameters of the protocol that whatever DApp or ERC20 token is built on. This is where the folks at Ethereum could lose some serious ground. Their 2.0 rollout, way behind schedule. I'm not sure what to make of it. I'd love your comments down below, but it appears that Cardano is taking the upper hand. And with these little implementations of things like the converter, might make some serious headway for this project going forward. Definitely keep your eyes on this. Here, let's go take a look at the next one here. This Business Wire article I find extremely compelling in that Mastercard accelerates their crypto card partner program, making it easier for customers to hold and activate cryptocurrencies. Sure, we've all heard about these projects that assign a card and using traditional payment processing networks, you can spend your cryptocurrency. Okay, that's wonderful. But the ability to acquire and hold it is a whole nother issue. See, as an investor, I'm not interested in spending my cryptocurrencies. I'm holding them for price appreciation, as I believe many of you are doing the same. But from the perspective of adoption, the ability for John Smith, normal dude, to have easy access through an app and a card to acquire some cryptocurrency and hold it on his card is another barrier to entry being broken and taken down. Now, WireX has been wonderful in this perspective, and they have become the first native cryptocurrency platform to be granted a principal membership license. This is not a payment processor granting access to the network. This is the actual network. This is a big step. I encourage any and all of you that are even remotely interested in this particular topic to go to the Business Wire publication and read it through. It's really exciting stuff, and I'm looking forward to the adoption that may occur going forward, especially with millennials who have less of a tech barrier to cross than folks that are in my age bracket or the baby boomers. Let's move on. I'm drawing your attention to this Blockdown 2.0 David Schwartz interview because there was something very important that he talked about here. And that is Ripple, the company, looking at DeFi options. All right, I'm going to take you to an article, but I wanted you to see for yourself and be able to go back through YouTube and catch this interview yourself. It's only 60 views. I think something is weird here. This thing should have 10,000 views. from all of us Ripple people alone, but who knows? Let's go take a look at that article. Okay, the Daily Hodl. Ripple says it's exploring DeFi. Here's how XRP could join the hottest craze in crypto. He talked about Ripple being able to offer DeFi products. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter if it's a DeFi product. It doesn't matter if it's an upgrade. It doesn't matter if it's a direct loan from Ripple, credit line from Ripple, what have you. Keep in mind, if you are a RippleNet partner, any upgrade or innovation that Ripple wants to include can be easily done and at the user's fingertips with literally ease. Whereas any new company trying to offer a RippleNet client one of these particular services is going to have a monster barrier of going through that financial institution's due diligence process, you know, all that stuff Ripple has already done. So the point of this isn't so much that DeFi is a monster topic right now, and I don't want to undersell it because DeFi is a big deal, and Ripple getting into DeFi would be a big deal. But I think what this really illustrates is that regardless of whatever innovation may come down the pike, if you're on RippleNet, your access to it through Ripple updating their code is seamless, easy, fast. All the barriers to new adoption for new clients that would be present for any other project on the board is not present for Ripple. That, for me, is the big takeaway for this. But it would be nice to see them offer loans. I'd like to see Ripple offer credit lines to their ODL partners so that XRP could be leveraged easily, seamlessly, and integrated into flows. Ripple could be a seller and a buyer of XRP in that scenario. All they need is the proper licensing. We go back to some of the early videos that I did where I talked about what I believed might be a possible course of action for them. And that is them actually buying a bank, them offering credit lines to their customers, them utilizing Codius technology to create flash loans for those that may not be able to do a credit line for whatever legal or regulatory reason, but could access a smart contract flash loan that would have the entire process capsulated within one transaction, start to finish. It's going to be really interesting to see where this space moves forward, and the head start Ripple has with its 350 plus clients should be noteworthy and of value. We'll see if the market reflects this moving forward. Lastly, I want to close out with this, and that is I want to draw your attention to Real Vision Finance on YouTube, specifically the work that Raoul Pal did last year as it pertains to the video series they did on the coming retirement crisis. Why is this important? Well, I'll sum it up for you, and that is this. If you understand what moves markets, right? The macro outlook on it, well, demographics, behaviors, incentives. If you understand these things, then you can better understand and assign probabilities to various outcomes. I want to suggest if you have not gone to Real Vision Finance and watched the coming retirement crisis explained and explored with Raoul Pal, then you're doing yourself a disservice. macroeconomics, behavioral economics, understanding demographics and the behaviors that come with those demographics is hugely impactful as it pertains to market outcomes. So again, go check that stuff out, folks. For all of the folks that have been new and joining the chats, whether it be in the interviews that I do or the live streams that we've been doing on Friday night, your participation and engagement with the channel has been incredible. I want to thank you for sharing and retweeting and leaving comments on Facebook and leaving your comments on Twitter, and of course, all of your incredible comments on the actual videos themselves. It's been wonderful. Enjoy, folks. Take this time to learn. I don't think anything major is going to happen anytime real soon. So this is like the perfect time to continue to accumulate in the projects that you've done your research in and that you believe have a real solid use case and over time will appreciate in value. Well, that's enough for me. That's been my view from Costa Rica. And until next time, folks, Pura Vida.